When he ran out, he waited last minute every inning to run out to right field because he didn't want to deal with the fans. The fans turned their back on him. They let him have it for 3 games. And quite frankly, I think he was 1 for 10. Granted, he had 3 walks or 4 walks and batting .247. So what a monumental start to the Subway Series with Juan Soto playing for the Mets. What do you think, JP?
He actually ran out to the field for the first time and heard the boos, and he tipped his hat off to the fans. And after the game, he said, if they booed as loud as they cheered for me while I was in New York as a Yankee, then I would have stayed in New York.
Ooh.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, the whole Soto thing, he's not hustling. He's a below average fielder, but his bat was why the Yankees wanted to keep them, right? It wasn't because of his defense. It was because of his offense. He's not hitting this year because he doesn't have Judge in the lineup. I feel like that's a big factor. When he went from Washington when they won the World Series, he was about a 270 hitter. He went to San Diego. He batted like 260. And what is he right now? 240, 250?
Yeah.
So he's back to kind of where he always was. He was never one of these guys that was like a once in a lifetime hitter that you had to get in your team. Like he's not a Babe Ruth or an Aaron Judge or Mark McGwire or whatever you want to say. Like guys who could match the ball, Barry Bonds, whatever. He's not that kind of a hitter. So to me, it's like what the Yankees did. We talked about them on the last show. They did a great job of replacing that salary with multiple players to fill a lot of roles that we needed. So again, awesome. Cashman did a great job. That's why he's the Yankees GM for over 30 years. But Soto in a Mets uniform doesn't look comfortable, doesn't look like himself. And as a Yankee fan, I love every single second of it. And I hope the Mets at the end of this contract look back and go, we made another huge mistake and paid this guy way too much money and he wasn't worth it. And now they're married to this guy for a long
15 years.
Long time.
So follow up. You gave him too much credit. He's batting .241.
Yeah.
So he's at .241 right now with 8 home runs, 20 with 3 RBIs, and his on-base percentage is .792. So here's what I'm going to tell you. That's not even the issue because I do think Juan Soto is going to come out of this funk or whatever he's in right now. The big issue is you touched upon, and I think it's worthy of mentioning now. At Yankee Stadium, he was very slow out of the box on a play. He was called out about his lack of hustle. Maybe not. I thought he was lack of hustle. He was clearly seen not coming out of the box and running a play out.
And hasn't his health been questioned or some? I thought I saw some reporters questioning if he's healthy, 100% healthy.
He's in the lineup every day. I mean, would you take a guy that's making $765 million and put him in the lineup if he wasn't healthy? That's an investment. I don't think you do that. He's healthy.
I think you do.
Yeah, I was going to say, depending on the injury, is he just a sore ankle or a wrist or?
Well, the funny thing is, and let me follow up with the sluggish play or the hustle at Yankee Stadium. No, it wasn't like a one-time thing. The Mets went over to the Fenway, play the Red Sox after the Yankees, and again came sluggish out of the box, not running a play out. And he was called on it, publicly called on it. And his manager, I don't know the exact quote, but his manager said something to the effect that that's something we'll address or that's something we'll take care of or whatnot. Almost acknowledging that, yes, there was a lack of hustle there. You ask Juan Soto, I think I'm hustling very well.
All right. Can I mention 2 things about the Soto? Is that 2 guys we replaced Soto with was Cody Bellinger and Paul Goldschmidt. Now, last show, Joe did call me out saying Bellinger's turning it around, and he has completely turned it around.
267, I bet.
Yeah, 267, 8 home runs, and 30 RBIs. So he was batting like under 200 about a month ago, and now he's up to almost 270. So
yeah,
good call on that.
Thank you.
Then Paul Goldschmidt's still batting 345.
I was going to say 350.
Yeah.
Wow.
So 2 guys. Now, the guy who was forgotten that the Yankees, when they traded for Soto, they gave away Mike King, a starting pitcher, and they got Trent Grisham in return for the Soto trade from the Padres. Now, Trent Grisham is batting leadoff for the Yankees this year so far. He's batting .257 with 12 home runs and 24 RBIs, and he is a Gold Glove center fielder. So Grisham is outperforming Soto, and he was the forgotten man in that trade, and he's batting leadoff for the Yankees and playing center field at a Gold Glove level. The Yankees won that trade hands down. And they lost Soto, yes, but what Cashman did was fantastic. And I am really excited about this team. Hopefully, we can get back to the World Series.
And we're not going to talk about it today, but don't ever forget, too, part of those transactions that we made because of the extra money that was there, Max Fried, which I'll touch upon later, and Williams.
Yeah.
I mean, we had the money to go out and get those. You're just talking about the offense. We could spend a whole show talking about the extra money and the pitching that we brought into the stadium.
100%.